Hello, users, and welcome to another episode of Above It All. This is the series in which I talk about politics. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway, so there's a new morning consult poll out, and as you can see, there's a bunch of garbage here. And I like political polling accounts on Twitter because they kind of like sift through a lot of the stuff and get like a lot of the more interesting things. And so here's something that's certainly horrifying. Now, I would like to say straight away that look at the combined sum of these numbers. We're looking at numbers that barely crack 80% in a lot of ways. Like nothing cracks 90%, I don't think. So we're looking at a very, very terrible situation in this country where nobody trusts either party. Like 1 in 5 Americans are so disgusted with both of these parties that they don't even neither of them. They're both the same. They're both garbage. Who cares? That's scary. 1 in 5 people that are going to go throughout the effort of doing the survey and stuff, not even liking either party. That's super interesting. But what's even more interesting, and when I say interesting, I mean horrifying, are the results here. Now again, who knows how accurate this stuff is? It's really hard to poll a lot of this stuff. I have a lot of my disagreements with polling. Either way, let's analyze this. Who do you trust more to handle the economy? Trump +9? We're doomed? That alone, we're doomed. Nobody likes Biden. And that's the thing, is really, when you elect a president, the president means a lot. But it really does, at the end of the day, boil down to the staff. The people who are in and out of the White House every day, actually writing the legislation, actually doing the work. And you know what I mean? The president is mostly a figurehead. Now, of course, they have the final say on everything, right? But they're mostly a figurehead. Now, the Democrats could have just, all circled around someone that wasn't Biden. They should have just done that with Buttigieg or something. I don't know. Like they can have the same staff and get the same policy agenda and just have a fucking 30 times more likely chance of getting elected. But here's the thing about this. The Democrats don't want to win. That's why doing any of this leveraging, I'm going to vote for the Green Party, they don't earn my vote. Guess what, bitch? They don't care about your vote. And that's what's super, super duper important, is they don't care if they win or if they lose, because they will get paid no matter what happens. They are rich enough to be safe no matter what happens. They don't have to go to work. A lot of these people can work online. They are fine. If Trump is president for another 4 years during a pandemic and does nothing about it, they're fine. If Biden is president somehow, by the grace of God, and just they get in there, hey, it's cool, I get to be in the White House again. But they don't really care, because all of it boils down to the money. That's why Barack Obama did whatever he could, because guess what? Bernie had a chance to beat Trump, but if he beat Trump, he would have taken away the Democrats' money. He would have restaffed the DNC. He would have done all this bullshit to ruin their gigs. And that's why they colluded to make sure. Because Biden had the best chance of beating Bernie, right? That's why. That's why. Because if it wasn't Biden, it would be Bernie. And what would have Bernie done? Fired all these fuckers immediately, or at least fired all the people in the industries that gave these people money. And that's what you have to understand. So let's look at more of this. Jobs. Trump +4. Again, look at unemployment. I just don't believe these numbers. I really don't. National security. Trump +4. Unbelievable. And this is one of the problems, is that Biden has no policy on any of this stuff. He has no policy. He's got no policy at all. So it's Trump is up there bloviating. Oh, we're gonna build the wall. We're gonna build the wall. Oh, the economy's great. Oh, look at the Dow. Look at the Dow Jones. We're gonna build the wall. And then the Dow Jones. Blah, blah, blah. And then Biden's like, come on, man. I didn't rape that bitch. Come on. I don't even know who she is, man. Come on, man. He's got no policy agenda. And that's why because when they get this question asked and they're thinking about it, it's well, Trump wants to build the wall, and Biden, well, I get Biden. well, I guess Trump does something and Biden does nothing. And the people that are voting for Biden in these polls are just people that don't like Trump. That's what Biden represents, anti-Trump votes. Biden gets nothing except anti-Trump votes. And that's what's horrifying about this. Immigration. We are living in basically an apartheid country when it comes to immigrants, right? Trump plus 3 somehow. Why? Because all we know is that Biden, during the Obama administration, helped deport record numbers of immigrants up until that moment, until Trump, of course. And then, lo and behold, immigrants don't trust him. Like, the only people that trust him are, white liberals that go yeah, Trump's terrible. I don't like Trump. Okay. All right. I mean, I respect that. You're at least on the right track, but it's what is Biden saying about this? He's saying nothing. And then you have gun policy, which this is surprising, actually. I guess that just goes to show that gun nuts really are more of a minority than they seem. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess this is one of those things where, this 1 in 5 people just straight up neither of them when it comes to guns. And I can see that would probably be, the gun people. I mean, the hardcore gun people. The softcore gun people will say, oh yeah, I trust Trump on gun rights, man. Shit, fuck, man. Fuck. And then, the people that don't like guns would go for Biden, I guess. But I don't know. Either way, these are really interesting numbers. And, of course, you can just look at all the polling. And, I'm obviously, there's so much to look into when it comes to these polls. It's really hard to figure out, just if it really just boils down to the amount of people and all that kind of stuff, and it is really difficult to figure and parse, and that's why there's so many different polls, and you have to look at a congregation and aggregate. But I just thought this was super interesting, and it just goes to show that we are fucked as a country. The United States of America is over. Everybody, it's done. Thanks for fucking playing, but we are out of time. This country's over. So get the hell out while you still can. And if you can't, then, God willing, have fun and good luck. But yeah, our country is fucked. And I just want to, I like to put this at the end of all my videos. Well, at least at the end of the relevant ones. I have said this before. I will vote in November, whenever the election is, right? My vote will be to remove Donald Trump as the president. Now, as of this moment, if the election were if I were walking into the voting booth or doing my online voting or mail-in, I would vote for Joe Biden because he has the highest likelihood of beating Donald Trump. However, the general election is many months away. We have time to agitate for a better candidate than Joe Biden. Now, doesn't have to necessarily be within the Democratic Party. I've got my eyeballs on the Green Party. I'm very skeptical of the Green Party. I've got my eyes on them. Hell, I've got my eyes on the Libertarian Party. I voted Green in 2016. Now, in 2016, I lived in a safe blue state. I live in North Carolina, which is not necessarily a swing state, but a swing-ish. It's one of those things where we are in unprecedented times. It has gone blue in the recent past, so it's swing-ish. So I'm taking my vote as if I live in a swing state. And again, if the election were today, I'd vote for the Democrat nominee. But again, we have so many months. We have 6 months or so to agitate for a better option, and that's what I'm going to be spending my time on. There's a lot of these people that hate Biden, and I get you, I understand, and they say never Biden, never Trump, and then they're just going to bloviate on Twitter. It's oh, I hate both of them. I'm intelligent. I'm going to vote for Green Party. I'm not going to volunteer. I'm not going to phone bank. I'm not going to agitate to get it. I mean, I want to just talk on Twitter all day. I'm not going to knock on doors or do whatever is equivalent during a pandemic. I'm not going to call my neighbors. No way. But I'm going to vote Green. That's how we got fucking 1 or 2%, right? We need to actually use this time. If the entire Bernie movement were to shift over to the Green Party, right? We'd be rolling. We could get at least 10-15%, and then that's an actual number. That's an actual fucking number that shows that we are a massive movement and that we are the swing voters. You know what I mean? That is huge. But as it stands, that's not the world we live in. Now, I I would like to live in that world. If, it's August and the Green Party is polling at like 9% or something, hey, if the Green Party is polling anywhere near 10%, I will vote for the Green nominee. At that point, really, it is a snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? At that point, and that's why the Jesse Ventura thing was so interesting. And it looks like he's not going to run, but he might run. Who knows? I don't know. But like, if we had a policy platform that was very good, Bernie-esque, and a candidate that had star power, like Howie Hawkins seems like an okay guy, Dario Hunter seems like an okay guy, but like, they're not famous, you know what I mean? But like, if we can get to that point, I'm all in, but as of right now, I'm just telling you what I feel. I will vote. I am an anti-Trump voter, and at the end of the day, whatever is more likely to get Trump out, that's what I'm willing to vote for. So again, I will do everything I can to make sure it's not Joe Biden, but everything I can is very limited. So that's why we need to stop. Like, I've got a few people on my YouTube and on my Twitter who are like, "How dare you even consider voting for Joe Biden? Did you know he's a rapist? Oh, you're morally bankrupt." It's like, bitch, I've been sexually assaulted. People have tried to rape me before. I've been there. I've done that. I'm not here to have an oppression Olympics challenge with you, motherfucker. Okay, I know exactly how bad and dangerous these people are. I've been in that position. I've had to run through fucking like below freezing in the rain with no shoes on and no glasses I can't see because I was running away from a rapist, okay? Very traumatic experience for me. Not fun. And at the end of the day, if Biden, God fucking help it from being true, but if he is the last resort we have to get rid of Trump, I'll vote for him, because at the end of the day, voting for Biden is not like a tattoo on your forehead, okay? Do what they did in France. They voted for Macron to stop a fascist, and then they started the Yellow Vest movement. You need to get serious. If you're a reactionary Jimmy Dum Dum Door fan who's like, "Oh, everyone's fucking sellout! I'm not gonna vote!" You're drinking the fucking Kool-Aid. You're doing what the Democrats want, because they don't want to win. They don't give a fuck if they win. They want you to get divided. They want you to hate your fellow leftist and crush the left movement. And if you even think about blocking someone because they say they might vote for Biden and you're a never Biden, you are an idiot. And I mean that with complete sincerity. Again, you can be morally correct all you want, but at the end of the day, being morally correct isn't going to help anybody. It's not going to give poor people health insurance. It's not going to give trans people hormone therapy. It's not going to give gay people protections from being fired. It's not going to get black people, protections from cops killing them. It's not going to do anything substantial. Sure, it might make you feel better, but who cares? Who gives a fuck how you feel on election day? I give a fuck about my life and the life of my immediate family and the life of the people that are in similar situations to me. That's what I care about. Voting is not a tattoo. So that's my end of video rants. But yeah, we're looking at a disaster with these numbers here, and Jesus fucking Christ, this country is over.